Saba's Stories. Beast and Beauty. Once upon a time, a merchant lived with his 3 daughters and 3 sons in a faraway land. Businessmen's daughters always thought of spending their father's money. Instead of thinking about work and getting capital, the 3 merchant sons were always thinking about having fun. Among the merchant's children, the youngest daughter of the merchant was a very beautiful girl named Bella. Bella was always reading a book. Unlike her brothers and sisters, she was very well-mannered and always attentive to her father. One day the situation changed and all merchant ships sank in the sea. They became penniless and poor. The merchant boys left them and left. The 2 older girls were always unhappy and constantly complained about their situation. One day, the merchant was informed that one of his ships had not sunk in the sea and had returned safely to the port. The merchant was very happy and told this news to his daughters. Then he asked them,
"What would you like me to buy for you?"
"When you return," the eldest daughter replied, "Buy me a beautiful dress." The second girl replied, "I also want jewelry and a pearl necklace." The third girl was silent. Father asked Bella what she wanted. Bella said, "I don't need anything. I just want you to come back safe and sound." But the father insisted and Bella said that she wanted a red rose. The father agreed and went to the port. When the merchant reached the port, he saw that the ship's crew had stolen all his property and ran away. The businessman was very sad, and on the way he was only thinking about how to tell this story to his daughters and how to live from now on. As he was thinking, he left the main path and got lost in the forest. It was snowing heavily in a part of the forest. The merchant had lost his way back. The sound of howling wolves scared his horse. He knocked the merchant's horse to the ground and ran away. The businessman started to run in fear of the wolves. He suddenly reached the doors of a palace. The wolves did not approach the palace and ran away. The merchant opened the doors and saw a huge palace in the distance. He slowly walked forward and reached the main door of the palace. Knocked on the door, but he didn't see anyone and didn't hear a sound. He entered the palace. In a corner of the palace, there was a table on which many dishes were arranged. He went ahead and ate some food. Then he slept there on a bed. Early in the morning, the businessman opened his eyes. He called the owner of the palace again. But there was no one and he did not hear a sound. So he came out of the palace to go back to his house. He saw very beautiful roses in the garden outside the palace. He remembered Bella. He went close and picked one of the roses. At that moment, he heard a loud scream. The whole earth trembled and suddenly a huge giant appeared. Dave said,
"How dare you pick my rose?"
The merchant said,
"I'm really sorry. I just picked a rose for my daughter."
Dave said,
"I welcomed you and gave you a place to sleep, but I cannot forgive you for this insolence. You will lose your life because of this."
Then he imprisoned the merchant in one of the rooms of the palace. The merchant's horse, which had thrown him to the ground last night in the forest, had gone towards the house and reached the house the next morning. Seeing the horse alone, Bella and her sisters realized that something had happened to their father. Without any delay, Bella got on the horse and asked the horse to take her to her father. The horse returned to the forest again. Bella was surprised to see that it is snowing heavily in this part of the forest and the plants and trees in this part of the forest are different from other places. The horse went near the walls of the palace. Bella dismounted and tied the horse to a tree and entered the palace herself. He calls his father. But he did not hear a sound. He reached the main door of the palace. He opened the door and entered. He called his father again. This time, she heard her father's voice saying,
Bella, my daughter, run away from here. It is very dangerous here. Save your life.
At that moment, Bella realized that someone was behind her. When he looked behind him, he saw a big ugly demon. Bella was very scared, but she turned to Dave and said,
What did you do to my father? Please release him.
Dave said to her,
Your father did something bad and he should be punished. He picked one of my beautiful roses and he should pay for it with his life.
Bella said,
Please don't hurt him. He did this for me. Please release him.
Dave said,
I will release your father on the condition that you stay here instead of him.
Bella looked at Dave and said,
I accept. Please do not harm him and release him.
Dave agreed and released Bella's father. No matter what Bella's father begged, it was of no use. They threw him out of the palace. Outside the palace, the merchant saw his horse tied to a tree. He rode it back to the city to bring help. The merchant returned to the city. But as he told the story of the evil demon to others, no one believed him. Everyone thought he was crazy because of the loss of his property and the sinking of his ships. That's why he tells these stories about himself. On the other hand, Bella, who was captured in the demon palace, spends different days. At first, he was afraid of the demon, but contrary to his appearance, the demon had a kind heart and did not harm Bella. Dave read books and played music on the piano every day in his big library. Bella gradually changed her opinion about Dave. He was talking to him. He used to come to the table and eat with him. Bella used to go to the library with him and read books. Some time passed. Bella, who was missing her father and sisters, was crying alone. Dave, who noticed that Bella was very upset, asked her the reason for her upset. Then he allowed her to come back one day before her father saw them and returned to the demon's palace. When he left, the demon gave Bella a mirror because he missed her every moment. He could see Bella through that mirror. Bella also took the mirror and got on the horse and started towards her house. When he returned to his father, he saw that the people of the city mocked and harassed his father. Bella went to the middle of the crowd and showed them the demon mirror. All the people saw the image of the demon in the mirror and realized that an ugly demon lived in that palace. People decided to attack that palace and destroy that ugly demon. But Bella told them, contrary to his appearance, that demon is very kind and kind-hearted. The people imprisoned Bella and her father in the room and moved towards the wall palace. Worried about Dave, Bella didn't know what to do. Bella's brothers came to their aid and freed Bella and her father from prison, and they also set out for the demon's palace. When Bella and her father and brothers reached the palace, they saw that people had messed up and set fire to everything. Dave was also injured on the ground. Bella went near Dave and lifted him from the ground. She apologized to him for causing all these incidents. But it was too late and Dave was dead. Bella was very upset and said,
I am so sorry. I shouldn't have left you. I really like you. How late did I realize that I love you?
Bella's tears were falling on the demon's face. Suddenly, a light enveloped the demon and in the blink of an eye, the demon turned into a beautiful prince. Bella saw the demon turn into a prince. The prince turned to Bella and said,
Thank you, Bella, my dear. With your love, you broke my spell and saved me. Years ago, a wicked witch put this spell on me. Now you can destroy it with real love.
Bella also hugged him. All the people saw that the demon's spell was broken and he turned into a beautiful youth. Those two lived together for many years in that beautiful palace. The beauty of people is in their morals and behavior, and it is in their hearts, not the beauty of their appearance.